Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, something seems weird? You put tons of effort into your outfit, but it still feels a little off. It's somehow not reflecting the confident, elegant woman you are today. Well, you're not imagining it. Certain fashion choices could instantly cheapen your look, especially after 50. So let's talk about the ones that sneak into your wardrobe and make outfits look cheaper, old, or just not quite right. Graphic tees. Let's start with graphic tees. These might seem harmless, a fun slogan, a cheeky message, maybe a glittery font, but they're one of the fastest ways to cheapen an outfit. And not because you can't have fun with fashion, but because these tees rarely say what we think they're saying. A shirt that reads "wine o'clock" in rhinestones doesn't just feel old, it pulls the focus from you. It turns your outfit into a novelty. You could be wearing a beautifully cut blazer, great shoes, perfect makeup, and all anyone sees is the joke on your chest. And when you're over 50, the last thing you want is a shirt trying to speak louder than your presence. Quiet confidence is what makes someone stylish. You don't need your top doing stand-up comedy. Instead, trade it out for a rich, soft cotton tee in a flattering tone. Not stark white, but maybe a deep cream, slate, grey, soft olive, something that works with your skin. When the fabric is high quality and the cut is intentional, not too boxy, not too tight, suddenly that basic tee looks elegant. It looks grown. It gives space for your jewelry to shine, for your face to be the main point, and for the rest of your outfit to breathe. You can still be playful, just not at the expense of elegance. Embellished jeans. Now, let's talk about embellished jeans, the ones with crystals, thick white stitching, logos on the back pockets, or embroidered wings sprawling across the thighs. We all had a pair. They felt fun, loud, maybe a little rebellious. But the truth is, they're one of the most aging pieces you can wear, and not because of your body, but because of the message they send. They're locked in a very specific fashion moment. I'm talking early 2000s, girls' night out, bedazzled everything here, and if you're still holding on to them, your outfit is speaking that language, even if you're not. When you wear these bad boys, a crisp shirt looks out of place, a sleek shoe feels mismatched, and most of all, they throw off your proportions. All that embroidery and sparkle on the back pockets draws the eye exactly where you don't want it, and not in a flattering way. Instead, reach for clean denim. No fake distressing, no contrast stitching. A simple structured straight leg jean in a dark wash can take you anywhere, like a brunch, a gallery, and even errands. Plus, they make everything else you wear look more expensive. That's the beauty of subtlety. It gives your style room to move without screaming for attention. While we're at it, have you found your favorite pair of jeans yet? I would love to hear some recommendations. Capri pants. Now let's talk about capri pants. I know they're everywhere. They're comfortable. They feel like a safe middle ground between shorts and full-length trousers, but they're almost never doing what you think they are. The problem with capris isn't comfort, it's proportion. They cut your leg off at the widest part of the calf, and that makes your legs look shorter and your body look boxier. Even if you're tall or thin, it's not really about weight, it's geometry. That odd in-between length creates a visual pause in your silhouette, and suddenly your whole outfit feels less fluid, less elegant. Worse, most capris come in stiff cotton blends or awkward prints that only add to the blocky effect. The irony is, we often wear them thinking they're flattering, but from behind, they rarely are. They cling in the wrong places and bunch at the knees. And paired with comfort sneakers or orthopedic sandals, the whole look starts to lean frumpy. You don't need to suffer for fashion, but you also don't need to settle for cuts that undermine your shape. Swap them out for ankle-length trousers, a cropped straight leg pant, or even a midi skirt that hits below the knee. Remember, the goal isn't to hide, it's to let your shape move naturally. The right hem length gives you freedom, not restriction. It frames your legs instead of chopping them. You'll feel the difference the moment you catch yourself in a mirror, and don't cringe. Coordinated sets. Now onto overly coordinated sets, especially the kind that come in loud florals or matching polyester prints that are usually sold as a twin set or vacation look. These sets are a trap. They promise comfort. Just grab the top, grab the bottom, and you're dressed. But what they actually do is flatten your personality. Matching head-to-toe prints in synthetic fabrics don't say chic, they say package deal. There's no movement, no contrast, no curiosity in the outfit. And the moment the pattern is a little too loud, or the fabric has that shiny finish, the whole thing leans costume. These sets often age you more than you think because they lock you into a very specific version of what someone else thinks mature style looks like. It's tidy, it's safe, it's forgettable. What's more powerful is contrast. Mix your textures. If you love a floral top, pair it with white denim. If you're drawn to prints, break them up with a solid tone that grounds the look. When you build outfits like that, they start to feel personal, intentional, not just something you pulled out of a catalogue. Matching sets can work, but only when they're modern, breathable, and styled with tension. Throw on a denim jacket, add a belt, let something in the outfit break the symmetry. That's what creates presence, not perfection, balance. Cold shoulder tops. Let's get into cold shoulder tops. Those shirts with the little cutouts right at the shoulders. They had a moment. And for a while, it felt like you couldn't walk into a department store without seeing 10 of them in different colors. But here's the thing, they're not flattering, not in the way people think. The exposed shoulder is supposed to be subtly sexy, like a peak of skin that says, I still got it. But what it actually does is interrupt the line of your body in a weirdly artificial way. The eye doesn't know where to land. And the fabric around the cutouts is often loose, ruffled, or stretchy, which means it doesn't drape, it just sags. And somehow, even the expensive ones still feel cheap. There's nothing wrong with showing some skin, but do it with intention. A boat neck, an off-the-shoulder sweater, even a halter can be elegant and bold without that old trend feel. Learn to wear pieces that speak to now, and more importantly, to you. Because you don't need a gimmick to stand out. You need clean lines, strong fabrics, and a shape that moves with you, not around you. Long, shapeless cardigans. Next up, I have long, shapeless cardigans, the kind that stretch down to mid-thigh or lower, in a thin knit that clings at the elbows and droops by the hem. Yes, they are cozy and safe, but most of them aren't doing you any favors. Instead of adding some flavor, they drown your shape. And because they're usually made from limp fabrics, they don't give you structure, which means you look like you're hiding. The whole outfit says, I gave up. Even if you didn't, even if you put thought into the shirt underneath, the jewelry, the shoes, once that cardigan goes on, it flattens everything. A way better option is a structured jacket, a cropped cardigan that hits at the waist, a lightweight blazer with a little shape. These pieces still give you coverage and comfort, but they frame your figure. They say, I'm here and I'm not hiding. You don't have to abandon cozy, but you owe yourself something that makes you feel seen. Chunky sneakers. Now let me move on to those chunky orthopedic-looking sneakers, the ones that look like they were designed by a podiatrist on a bad day. The argument for them is always comfort, right? But they have arch support. But my knees hurt less. Okay, sure. But at what cost? These shoes visually cut your leg at the ankle and then exaggerate the size of your feet. They throw off your proportions. Even if you're wearing sleek jeans or a nice tailored pant, these sneakers make everything look bottom heavy, like your outfit starts strong and then just gives up at the floor. And the truth is, you can have support and comfort without sacrificing style. There are shoes that do both, like comfort trainers, leather sneakers, or supportive loafers that still look intentional. These aren't about vanity. They're about alignment, both literal and visual. Don't let your shoes be louder than the rest of you. If you've been wearing them daily and you're not hiking or recovering from surgery, it's time to upgrade. Leggings. Now onto leggings worn as pants in non-athletic settings. At this point, we all need to learn how different clothes behave in public. Leggings hug everything, every dip, every crease, every outline. And unless they're thick enough to double as trousers, which most aren't, they don't offer you the best structure. Structure is what makes an outfit look intentional. Without it, the outfit collapses into loungewear, even if you've added a jacket or boots or a cute bag. You're starting from pajamas and trying to dress your way out. It rarely works. Leggings can be a tool, but they shouldn't be the whole sentence. Use them under a tunic, with a long coat, or layered smartly. But if they're sheer in the back or pilling at the thighs, they're not pulling their weight. The worst part is how they can give the illusion of convenience. Like, I just threw this on. But they also cling so closely to the body that they leave nothing to the imagination, even when you wish they would. And leggings, worn alone as real pants, almost always look like the effort stopped at the knees. Instead, go for some wide leg pants for a better look and the same type of comfort. You'll thank me later. Distressed jeans. Now let's move on to number 9, overly distressed jeans with massive holes. Small rips add character, but when your jeans have more skin showing than fabric, it stops being fashion and starts being a statement of carelessness. There's a fine line between edgy and sloppy. Excessive distressing can look like you borrowed someone else's laundry problem. Plus, large holes can sometimes reveal more than you want in public, which makes the look uncomfortable or inappropriate for many settings. Instead, go for actual denim. Think straight cut, boyfriend jeans, or even wide leg ones. Trust me, you will feel so much better in them. Micro bags. You know what else is a huge mistake? Overly trendy micro bags. I know tiny bags might be all the rage on social media, but if you can't fit your essentials inside, what's the point? Plus, carrying a bag that looks like a doll accessory can throw off your entire look and make it feel unbalanced and impractical. I remember a time I grabbed a micro bag for a quick dinner out and ended up juggling my phone, keys, and wallet awkwardly all night. Definitely not elegant. Instead, go for medium-sized structured bags that feel substantial and complement your outfit to balance style and function. 11th, unstructured bags that look worn out. Speaking of bags, even if your outfit is all chic and elegant, wearing a bag that's lost its shape or looks battered can bring your whole look down. I once kept using a leather tote that was my go-to for years, but when I pulled it out one day, the sagging sides and worn handles told a story of neglect. A handbag should be like a good friend, reliable, polished, and ready to elevate your look. Replace those tired bags with well-maintained, structured pieces that support your style. If you want a more detailed video on how to choose the perfect bag for you, let me know in the comments. 12th, clunky sunglasses. Moving from accessories, I have chunky sunglasses. Sunglasses are a powerful accessory, but wearing ones with thick plastic frames that are too big or too small can make your face look overwhelmed or lost. The wrong pair can age you or make you look out of touch. I once held onto an old pair from my 30s way past their prime, only to realize they didn't flatter my face anymore. It's amazing what a well-chosen pair of sleek, modern frames can do for freshening up your look instantly. Try classic shapes like cat eye, aviators, or subtle oversized frames in neutral colors that work with most outfits. 13. Floppy hats or oversized bucket hats. Let's talk hats now. Hats can be a fun statement, but after 50, the floppy wide brim hats or huge bucket hats can swallow your face and add unnecessary bulk. They might seem practical or trendy, but can drag down the sophistication you're going for. Instead, structured fedoras or elegant wide brim hats with a firm shape add polish and frame your face beautifully. Ask yourself, does this hat make me look elegant or just lost in fabric? 14. Excessively shiny or glittery fabrics. Let me get into details for a second. Fabrics that sparkle or shine excessively can often look childish or like they belong on a costume rack, especially if overdone. This is a trap that many women in their 50s fall into, thinking a bit of shine equals glamour. But the truth is, subtle shimmer or satin finishes can be elegant, while all-out glitter or lame disco fabrics can cheapen your look fast. Keep the shine refined and balanced. A hint of sparkle in accessories or a silk blouse is chic. Glitter everywhere is not. 15th, wearing all black without texture or dimension. Last but not least, black. I know. Black is classic and slimming, but when you wear it all in one flat fabric with no variation, your look can fall flat or feel heavy. Mixing textures like leather with cashmere or silk with wool adds dimension and interest. I once wore an all-black outfit to a business event that felt too plain until I swapped my cotton tee for a silk blouse and added a leather belt. Suddenly, I felt like $1,000,000. So when you go black, think layers and texture, not just a block of color. That was it for today. I hope these tips help you feel more confident and polished every time you get dressed. And hey, I'd love to hear, what's your biggest style challenge after 50? Drop a comment below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for more fashion and confidence boosters.